Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylla and today I'll ask you, having trouble with meditation? Try passions. Almost everyone agrees that meditation is very beneficial, or at least everyone has heard that it is beneficial. It's no longer widely debated. Most people agree that or know that it can actually be very good for you. And yet a lot of people still have trouble with it. I often hear people say, oh yeah, I just don't have the time for it. And many people say, I just can't do it. I just can't meditate. And they seem a little helpless that way. And therefore your mission today is to learn how to use your passions to arrive in the present moment. Task number 1 is called meditation and mindfulness. See, meditation isn't actually hard, but a lot of people are almost afraid of it. And indeed, if you think of meditation only as that practice where you completely stop thinking, where you empty your mind of thoughts completely, that usually takes some practice to achieve. Now, it can be done. It's not impossible, but it's if you're trying to start with this, then it's really going to be a bit frustrating for you. So what I recommend is to start with mindfulness. Now, in its most basic form, just simplified, one could say that mindfulness is an awareness of yourself and what you're doing, what's happening in this present moment. So obviously there's more to it, but you can read up about this and learn about it in courses and all the rest. But just to get you started, you could start right now. This is the great thing about mindfulness, is you can do it at any moment, anywhere. You don't have to prepare or sit down in a particular way. You can do it right now. Stop this video or right after the video. Spend 5 minutes. It only has to be 5 minutes. Becoming aware of what you're doing, how you're sitting, that my hands are in my lap right now, that my feet are on the floor, and become aware of what you're doing at this moment. I always recommend using your body. There's a lot of mindfulness practices. Go through, scan your body. How do your feet feel? How do your legs feel? Your knees, your hips, your belly, your back, and they just go through your entire body up to your head and your face and the backs of your eyes and all that. Because your body is always in the present moment, whereas your mind can either dwell in the past or jump ahead into the future, but the body can't do this. So it's great to use the body as an anchor for the present moment. So this is what mindfulness does for you. And in the next task, I'm going to teach you my favorite way of arriving in the present moment. Task number 2 is mindfulness through passions. Now, you always hear me emphasizing that passions light you up and give you joy, and obviously they do. But they are also kind of like a shortcut towards mindfulness. They're the fastest way to arriving in the present moment. It's kind of meditation in action, applied mindfulness. When you do what lights you up, you tend to forget time. Has it ever happened to you that you pursue a passion and 5 minutes later you look up and you realize it's not actually been 5 minutes, it's been 2 hours? Has that ever happened, that the time just seems to stand still or just speed up and you don't know where the hours have gone? And you could do this all day and all these feelings. This is a sign that you have transcended the thinking of time and of outside things and have arrived fully in what you're doing right now. You're completely absorbed in your passion. And that's a fantastic feeling. That's why I recommend it. It's one of the reasons why I recommend it. Now, one could of course argue that when you're absorbed in a passion like this, you actually transcend mindfulness, because mindfulness is being very aware of what you're doing, and in that state you're no longer aware of anything. You exist in bliss. There's a name for this state, and that name is flow. Now, I'm actually planning on a video specifically on flow, so that'll come up in the future, in the next weeks or months. It's definitely in the making. It's definitely planned. But for now, what you can take away from this is that if you want a shortcut to arriving in the present moment, that you should pursue a passion and completely get absorbed in your passion. Because being in this present moment, even if you're not in the full mindfulness, the full meditation, forgetting everything, but being in the present moment is something that is sorely lacking in our day and age, and is very much what we need to stop jumping around, to stop being distracted by 5 different things, to stop thinking of the past or the future, to just be in the moment and to enjoy the moment. And that is what passions do for you. Which brings me to task number 3. Let me know. Hit the reply button on the email that you got the link to the video with, and tell me what you take away from this video. Do you practice a form of meditation, mindfulness, or have you experienced passions in that way? Are you going to try and incorporate it into your day from now on? I'd love to hear from you, and I'll reply to every email, I promise. If you didn't get the link to this video in an email, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form there. You'll get 1 email per week. It's really 100% spam free. You'll get lots of extra information and articles. You get recommendations of books and other resources, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.